Heart attacks. They can happen anytime and anywhere. But a heart attack on a vehicle like a train, they can be deadly. And that's exactly what happened in Town 57 years ago today. This is the story of the Town train disaster, also known as the Southern Aurora train disaster. On the night of the accident, 7th of February 1969, the Southern Aurora from Sydney departed with 14 charters carrying a capacity of well over 192 passengers and 22 crew. By the time it reached Town, its driver, Jack Browning, a highly 52 BR boy, its fireman was 30-year-old Marvin Coleman and its guard, William Wire. A fast freight train from 22 hours, mostly containing new cars, departed Melbourne at 1:25 a.m. Traveling north, driven by Lawrence Rovere and supported by Reef Fiber on a boat. The driver in Melbourne was Frank Donnelly. Some months on Aurora and a Northport freight train were timed across at Belmer, north of Town, at 6:44 a.m. The freight train was scheduled to enter Belmer and cross Looper. However, McDonald observed both the Southern Aurora and the goods train running behind schedule. So he decided to have the trains pass each other at Town. Instead, the driver of the goods train was slow for a running crossage onto the freight train into a loop line at slow speed, while the Southern Aurora continued onto the main line. The Southern Aurora passed through Ballina, drive as the increased its speed to the limit of the 70 miles per hour, which is made up to point of impact. Shortly after, the train passed one line signals showing normal speed warning. The consequence of the next sign was one of the stop indication, although its standard practice to slow down a train at least 10 miles per hour. After receiving a warning, Baldwin did not of in any way it was later supposed that he died about 6 miles before the crash. He had probably not been control before that. After not getting the warning, the ball stopped at Town. Cole had left seat to go to the nose locomotive to fill the electric kettle with water. Performing his task, he first over the point and saw crossing loop. He noticed something at road speed. Upon entering the gravity, he saw a stop signal ahead as his train. He shouted to Baldwin on the train. He ran to the engine behind Zelda. But Baldwin had suffered a heart attack. The freight train approached Town at 50 miles per hour. The driver saw the headlights of the approaching train. He saw the train out 30 miles per hour to enter the city, but realized the oncoming passenger was not going to stop to allow him to do so. He applied emergency brakes and flashed his headlights to the locomotive to warn the drivers on the order. Then he opened the cab door to jump out for seeking footage in the of his locomotive, and then it happened. Shortly after 7 a.m., the trains collided head-on at closing speed, later estimated as 172 miles per hour. According to the brake me who survived the fall of the cab on the as well as motorists on a southern highway, the force of the collision propelled the locomotive rose several of the goods well into the air. 6 of the passengers accounts were derailed, and one was completely crushed on a wooden wreckage. 2 leading cars telescoped the rails along and 2 over the top, suspending them 30 feet in the air. Immediately following the crash, split diesel fuel caused the locomotive and the goods train to catch fire. The flames quickly spread and derailed the road carriages, but passengers were attempting to escape to broken windows. Local fire made Nevada witnessed the crash and immediately began organizing the fire response. Initially, the Aurora Urban Fire upgraded the nearest service. The collision between 2 trucks the truck hit by a train. Firefighters wreckage over 100 firefighters eventually arrived in the neighboring district with the firefighter rescue and discovery effort. Train controller McDonald observed the crash and immediately reported the circumstances to his supervisors. Then, shortly after in Melbourne, aircraft from the Dubai Association, the Royal Australian Air Force, and Trans-Australian Airlines, they used to transport rescuers, railway officials, and investigators to the crash site. In the end, 9 people died and 107 were injured. A stone climb was entered on the 25th anniversary of the tragedy by the Public Transport Commission Districts. 110 in the early morning hours by a morning tea. In 1918, a governor was upon the American thing that instead of becoming a public transport official, it was a tribute to the disaster. The plans include citing the names of both of the dead and local rescuers who honor for their bravery. The organized president accomplished the overthrow of the 50th anniversary crash in 2019.